is Alice Blaschke. I was born and raised in Albany. My husband and I live here now with our son Bob. I went to Oregon State University and received a bachelor's of fine art in studio art with emphasis in drawing and printmaking, and minors in art history and French. After I finished at Oregon State, I then moved to Redwood City, California to work at an artist residency where I was able to give the artists and residents there everything they needed to make their time at the residency productive and enjoyable. I then moved to Sweden for a short amount of time where I was just working as an illustrator and having little art shows. I then moved back to Portland, Oregon, where I then met my husband, Randall, and we lived there until 2019. And that's when I had completed my education to become a tattoo artist, which I now do professionally here in downtown Albany. I like to work in many different forms of art. When I was living in Portland, I did a number of large-scale murals, my largest being about 200 feet long and 40 feet tall. And then I also have murals in Washington and Corvallis as well. But I'd always loved doing tattooing, much to my parents' chagrin. And so once I met my husband, he was the one who really encouraged me to just pursue tattooing because he knew I loved it so much. And it's been incredibly busy ever since. So when I'm beginning a new drawing, it usually has a lot to do with my affinity for plants and animals. It usually has a lot to do with what's in season at the time I'm making a drawing. So I usually have like a clear feeling or I usually have a clear vision of what I want my drawings to kind of convey feeling-wise. But sometimes the whole composition develops as I work. So I'll kind of add things and take things away as I go. When it comes to tattoos, however, I will usually sketch out an entire composition and then kind of chip away at the details as I go. But that's sort of like a different process, as my clients usually just give me a list of things that they want, and then it's my job to put it into a cohesive composition. Everything that I do is hand drawn by me, and I only tattoo a drawing one time, so it's not like a flash tattoo. So I feel that it's important that I owe it to my clients that they get a hand-drawn tattoo by me that's an original artwork that no one else in the world will have. I try to allot myself enough time to start and finish a piece in one sitting. It's hard for me to go back and work into a drawing once I've started it until it gets to a certain point. Like if it's just like the finishing touches on a piece that I need to get back to, then I find it much easier than if I like work for a half hour on a drawing and it's 30% done. I usually don't go back to that drawing, like this frog piece that I did, it was during one of the ice days. So we were iced in and Bob was napping for about an hour. And so I drew that just sort of out of necessity. But I would show often in Corvallis when I was living there as a student. And then I had some shows in Portland and some coffee shops and things like that.